Namaste, Suswagatam, and welcome to our Sunday edition of Gyan Ganga Words of Wisdom on our Virat Hindustan Sangam social media channels. As you all know that we are on various platforms at the same time every Sunday at 8 p.m. Today we are at episode number 259, and the interesting topic today is corrupt dynasty of the Congress and their future. So for the next 40 minutes or so, we will be discussing with Dr. Swamy and the team and our panel members about this topic. And we thank our viewers across the globe for their support week after week. And we have to today inform our viewers that, as you know, we start a series on unknown figures from Indian history. And as part of our Virat Hindustan Sangam mission is to promote and project the correct history of India. Today we have another freedom fighter, Motilal Tejawat from Rajasthan region, who was a Vanvasi and a tribal leader. And today we are going to hear and listen to what he had done during the freedom struggle.
Motilal Tejawat, born in 1886 in Koliari, Rajasthan, was a social reformer and tribal leader. He witnessed the oppression of the Bhil community under feudal lords and British rule. Disturbed by their suffering, he resigned from his job and dedicated himself to activism. He was inspired by the Bijolia movement and spread awareness among tribal villages. His movement focused on ending forced labor, heavy taxation, and social injustices. He organized a massive gathering at Matrimundia, uniting thousands of Adivasis. The authorities ignored their demands, leading to stronger protests. On March 7, 1922, during a peaceful assembly in Palkitaria, now Dadvav, tragedy struck. British forces opened fire on unarmed tribals, killing between 1,000 to 1,500 people. This massacre, known as the Iki Movement Massacre, remains one of India's forgotten tragedies. Though arrested and imprisoned, Tejawat's fight for tribal rights continued. He is remembered as a fearless leader who stood against colonial oppression. His efforts laid the foundation for future movements advocating tribal welfare. His bravery in the face of tyranny inspires generations to stand up for justice. Motilal Tejawat's legacy reminds us that true courage lies in fighting for the voiceless.
We have a slide in Hindi and English on Virat Hindustan Sangam pays tribute to this great freedom fighter and leader of pre-independent India. And with these words, it is over to Dr. Subramanian Swamy to initiate today's discussion about the corrupt dynasty of the Congress and their future. Over to Dr. Swamy.
Thank you, Jagdish. There's been a fair amount of demand for us to speak about on this issue, and that's why we have chosen this topic for today. First of all, the question of the dynasty. Let me say that if you look at the number of people who have come from the family, Motilal Nehru, then Jawaharlal Nehru, and then Indira Gandhi, and then Rajiv Gandhi, and then Sonia Gandhi under camouflage because she had a problem about citizenship, and now Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, maybe Priyanka Gandhi's husband also may later. So no other family in Indian politics from the freedom movement onwards are in such large numbers and in such sequence. So this concept of dynasty is something that we need to be aware of, and this is one of the reasons why we are holding this program today, is to make the people more aware and take it to its logical conclusion. Now, besides this, I would like to add to it that as the generation goes on, their corruption also seems to be increasing. Today, although Rajiv Gandhi, I've always maintained that on Bofors, it's really Sonia Gandhi, her brother-in-law, and her sisters who did most of the siphoning off on the name of Bofors. And but he was the prime minister, so he had to bear the burden of that. But essentially, the Nehru family, so to speak, has now marched into the Italian mix also, and therefore we have to take that into account. So if you look at the fact that the National Herald case, where complete fraud was committed, and it's unfortunately stuck in court because of the failure to get documents and the rather resistance, I would say, of the Modi government to make me succeed in this. Not they don't want to protect Sonia Gandhi and company, but they don't want me to succeed, because then I would become more of a problem for them than I've already had, and they think that this is a very popular thing, and therefore they have been blocking me, seeing that my matter doesn't come. But doesn't matter, sooner or later I'll be able to get through it. So there's also a clear evidence that Sonia Gandhi has got a huge amount of money abroad, and it was supposed to have been brought back by Mr. Modi when he said that he will bring all the 15 crore lakhs or something of the money into a bank, but he seems to have forgotten, and maybe he himself may have friends and others who are collecting money abroad. So anyway, what I would say is, first of all, that this dynasty has been siphoning off the money of our country, and they don't seem to have any particular love for this country. If it was so, why would Rahul Gandhi have taken British citizenship just so that he can run a company? I'm very surprised, and this is a time when he became an MP and he did all this. So I have a court case, and I've brought in evidence. The government of Mr. Modi for almost 6 months wouldn't let me proceed in the matter, even though the Home Minister was Rajnath, and he issued a show cause notice to Rahul Gandhi. explain why, as Dr. Swamy has pointed out, you have a British citizenship. And under Indian law, if you have an Indian citizen, you can't have the citizenship of any other country. There are countries where they allow dual citizenship and all that, but not India. And if the day it becomes clear that you have another citizenship besides your Indian citizenship, then either your Indian citizenship goes or you have to pay a heavy penalty for having a foreign citizenship. So we are dealing with a dynasty which has no love for India. Otherwise, why would you take a citizenship of a foreign country and do politics in India? It's because you don't have any love for this country. And that's why we are trying to now put the facts to the people so that people know what they are, because now they're wanting to again make an attempt to see if they can get power. They think that Mr. Modi is making a mess of everything, which of course I can't disagree. But the fact is that just because Modi is doing it doesn't mean that BJP is doing it. BJP has got a lot of leaders and we can any day replace Modi. That's not a problem. Now, I would also like to say that some of the things that the people like Rahul Gandhi have done is disgusting. For example, in Amethi, he and 3 foreigners went there to the Dak Bungalow, and then there was a young girl who was in the youth movement, and she was summoned at night at 9 o'clock, and then all of them did what they should be doing. And that poor girl came running with all her clothes turned up. Then Congress General Secretary that time, when it was a lady who was very close to Mrs. Gandhi, they gave her a lot of money and sent her out, and she's nowhere to be seen today. But otherwise, she was a person in Amethi, and she's now untraceable, and therefore I'm not able to take this up as a court case. Then you have Mr. Rahul Gandhi going several times. I mean, I think he must have gone about, in the last 10 years, about 42 times to Turkey. Now, why would you go to Turkey? I don't understand. And invariably we found that he goes to Turkey on an Indian aircraft, and then there he takes another aircraft and goes further on, so that he's untraceable. Now, all this, how can you be in Indian politics and do these things and get away with it? So why we are saying this, that corrupt is money. It is now well established. National Herald case is a classic example of how they have tried to steal a major set of real estates, which came out of the fact that this National Herald case newspaper was closed down. So there I have got them on bail. They are on bail today. Rahul Gandhi cannot go abroad without getting my permission in a courtroom situation. In a courtroom situation, he has to make an appeal that I should be allowed to go abroad. So his present situation is not that he is a free man. There is a warrant which was then turned into getting a preview for being out of jail, provided that you have abided by the rules of the jail. So how can you have a leader of a party who is arrested for corruption in stealing the land, the parts of our country which are supposed to be haloed, like the newspaper that National Herald was, and then take it over and then use it as a kind of a youth congress center and so things like that. I mean, this is something that makes anybody and everybody unhappy. So now there are other issues. The Rajiv Gandhi Foundation has vast amount of money from the Chinese, and both Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi have gone to China. They have signed some secret agreements which they are not presenting, and it is there in an oblique way in the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation documents. Why is it that they are having this connection with China? You can have good relations with China, but not today. You can't have a good relations with China because they have occupied our territory. It's sad that Mr. Modi has buckled under the Chinese and given away our land in Ladakh to the Chinese, claiming that this is a new agreement for peace and all that rubbish that has been done. But no one in India, including members of parliament, former ministers, whatever, is allowed to go today to Ladakh to see how much the Chinese have taken for our land. In my opinion, they have taken something like 4,000 square kilometers of Indian land. And these people have never uttered a word that Mr. Modi has sold this country down the river to China by giving up vast lands of national heritage to them. So here too, there is some quid pro quo with China that they have, which needs to be discovered. And it's a factor that we have to take into account, the fact that these people are today leading a party which was a very ancient party, which was in the emergence, in the freedom struggle. It played a major role. Now you have found that the situation where these people are taking it and almost putting it into pocket. So now the question is, how do we deal with this? Unfortunately, Mr. Modi has been singularly soft towards them. He has taken for National Herald. He's trying to block me. He doesn't let me go further. I wanted to send them to TR jail. He said, no. He called me up to say, no, don't send them to TR jail. So I think there seems to be some understanding between Mr. Modi and Sonia Gandhi, because in Gujarat also, I think the Congress, which was ruling in power, they were also, helping Modi to stay out of trouble there. And there must be something, because even when Mr. Modi was sworn in as the Prime Minister in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the first person he had a one-to-one talk in that was pictures came of it. That's how I know. With Sonia Gandhi. What was there to discuss with Sonia Gandhi? It's basically to assure her that, he'll look after her and that kind of thing. And it's been so, therefore. So I think what I would say today is for us to discuss is, are we going to have this, are we going to permit this in the future? After all, I have proved that Rahul Gandhi has a British passport. Now, and he is now being projected as the Congress Party's Prime Minister's candidate. And in a fluke, it can happen. We don't want that to happen, because Mr. Modi is failing doesn't mean that Rahul Gandhi should come. But he is a man who holds a British passport. I've given these documents. Nobody has denied it. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has not replied even one line as to whether even to say that no, all these documents are wrong, and nothing of the kind, because everything has his signature in it. And I've got it from the British, from Britain, and it was checked by the Indian government whether the documents I have brought in, which the then Home Minister Rajnath Singh had it verified, and then he sent a notice, show cause notice to Rahul Gandhi, which he never replied. And Mr. Amit Shah, sitting quietly, not even bothering to send a reminder or making any steps, taking any steps about it. And obviously, Mr. Modi must have told him that you lay off this and let them be, or something like that. But we can't run Indian politics and democracy where some people are more important than other people. Everybody has a single vote, and that vote makes them all equal. And I think the reason why I want to bring this out is to say that the future cannot be run by such what would be what I would call people who have been fully been in the criminal way, acting in this country against the Indian interests. Their policies are also in favor of foreign countries, and therefore that is why I thought this we should discuss this in the Gyan Ganga meeting. And so over to you, Jagdish, to take it forward.
Thank you, Dr. Swamy, for those introductory remarks. I would now request Arvind Chaturvedi to have his views, and then we can discuss this program, this issue in the program further. Professor Arvind Chaturvedi.
Thank you, Jagdish. डॉक्टर स्वामी, मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बात करूंगा. हमारे बहुत से उत्तर भारत के जो दर्शक हैं हमारे कार्यक्रम के, वो थोड़ा इसमें जब हम गांधी परिवार की बात करते हैं, हम 2014 की भारतीय जनता पार्टी की चुनाव की जो अभियान था उससे प्रारंभ करें तो गांधी परिवार के राज में जो भ्रष्टाचार हुआ था उसी को मुद्दा बनाकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी और नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने स्वयं पूरा अभियान चलाया था. और राहुल गांधी हो, सोनिया गांधी हो, चाहे वो 2G का के मामला हो, चाहे वो कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स का मामला हो, ये 50 मामले ऐसे हैं जिनमें आपने लीड ली थी, आपने शुरुआत की थी और उन्होंने इसका फायदा उठाया कैंपेन में. उन्होंने एक मुद्दा और भी उठाया था उनके परिवार के जो प्रियंका के पति रॉबर्ट वड्रा का, और उन्होंने 2G में राहुल जी और दामाद जी शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया था. और चुनाव दर चुनाव, चाहे वो राज्यों के चुनाव हो, चाहे वो केंद्र का चुनाव हो, उन्होंने ये कहा था कि हम वाड्रा परिवार के जो भ्रष्टाचार है उनको भी उजागर करेंगे. तो मैं ये देख रहा हूं कि एक तरह की एमनेस्टी उनको दी जा रही है लगातार. और जब आपने चीन का मामला उठाया, कांग्रेस का चाइनीज कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी के साथ करार हुआ, एग्रीमेंट हुआ, समझौता हुआ, भारत सरकार ने उसके पर सवाल नहीं उठाए. और कुछ लोग तो यहां तक शक कर रहे हैं कि मोदी सरकार किसी न किसी प्रकार गांधी परिवार को बचाने में लगी है, वरना आपका जो नेशनल हेराल्ड का मामला है, इस मामले में अब तक तो सजा हो जानी चाहिए थी. तो जो सरकार को मदद करनी चाहिए थी भ्रष्टाचार के लिए, खासतौर से जो चुनावी मुद्दा था, तो आपको नहीं लगता कि कहीं ना कहीं मोदी सरकार भी उतनी ही दोषी है भ्रष्टाचारियों को बचाने में, और इसीलिए ये भ्रष्टाचारी बचे हुए हैं?
Now, Dr. Swamy, he wants to know that by Modi's inaction, is it not directly benefiting these crooks, which he promised action during the election campaign leading to 2014 victory, and now that they are in the opposition, but no action is being taken? Arvind, if I'm right, it's
yes, correct.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt about it. In fact, he knew very well that Sonia Gandhi has a huge bank account in Europe. I myself have given him 3 bank names where she has got, in her name, she's got accounts. Pictet Bank in Geneva, in a little north of Geneva. And similarly, she's got it in Britain. Rahul Gandhi, I've given him, he's even taken the citizenship of Britain. Now you leave everything aside. What an impact it will be if Mr. Modi tomorrow says that Rahul Gandhi is no more an Indian citizen because he has taken a citizen of the British. Our constitution and these various acts clearly say that you cannot have any other citizenship. If you are an Indian citizen, that's all you will have. And that's Article 99 of the Constitution. So when the constitutional principle says it, why is it that Mr. Modi is not coming forward and ordering his officials take action against them? And the documents have been produced. Nobody has said that the documents are wrong. The High Court in Delhi has accepted my documents and sent it to the government of India's representatives who are there. So tell us what you have to say. I mean, prima facie, the court has accepted my documents as true. No, but they are not doing it. And I can understand if I was making this case for some person in my own party. But these are the opposition party who have been running us down for years. And now you are not able to take action. So there is no doubt in my mind that Modi and Sonia Gandhi have an agreement. And I think that agreement was on Christmas Day or 2 days before Christmas in 2017 in Sonia Gandhi's residence. They seems to have worked out something. So the actions of the Modi government show that they don't want to touch them. And I don't believe that all this nonsense about sympathy will grow for them. So if somebody commits a crime and the society starts giving sympathy for that criminal, then the society is bad. But that doesn't mean you have to therefore surrender to it. If a crime is committed, you have to immediately go ahead and take action. And I would say that Mr. Modi can prove his bona fide, or at least restore some of his bona fide, if he can at least on the national level in which Sonia and Rahul are on bail, send them to jail, saying that you have been delaying this whole thing and therefore you should be kept in jail and not given bail. He can easily do that. It doesn't have to do anything. Over to you, Chaturvedi.
Yes, sir. When we talk about Gandhi family, right from 1987,
yes,
when Rahul Gandhi was the Prime Minister and this Bofors case which you mentioned was raised, and there's whether it is Swedish radio and all that. So it is almost more than 35 years that this family is under the one corrupt act after the another, but nobody has been able to touch this family. This is the mystery.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. There are many other things. The huge palatial office or residence that Sonia Gandhi has, she's only a member of parliament. She's not anything else. Many members of parliament have been asked to leave from big bungalows, and they're given them smaller bungalows like Pandara House, Pandara Road, or things like that, or Lodi Estate. So I would say that we have to go by this principle that unless we get evidence to the contrary, Mr. Modi and Sonia Gandhi and family are in league to be able to run this country in a way when neither will expose the other.
So is Modi doing because of the weak leadership of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi so that he can comfortably continue?
I don't think it is that only. I think Mr. Modi's behavior towards China is an example where there may be other forces which are bringing the two together. After all, Modi did go 10 times as chief minister of Gujarat. He went 10 times to China. And that time the ambassador of India was Jaishankar. And there were no meetings with any of these people, nothing discussed. No, I went to China and I got Kailash Mansaro opened. I mean, that's the kind of thing I was doing, getting something for India. What did he do in these 10 days? Nothing. At 10 years, 10 times that he went, he did nothing. And why was the ambassador of India looking after the social needs of Mr. Modi. And then you have this situation where the Chinese are gobbled up 4,064 square kilometers of Ladakh's land, undisputed land. They've gobbled it, and he's agreed that the Chinese can have it, and it has drawn a new map and not made it public. Today, if you want to go to Ladakh, you cannot go because the government will not give you permission to go to those parts. So there are so many things which are sordid and it's tragic. And we who talk about patriotism, our party talks about patriotism, Hindutva and all that, all this is being thrown down the drain.
Dr. Swamy, as you have already said and replied to Arvind Chaturvedi also, and you have mentioned in the, because our viewers are asking, and we have displayed some of the questions here. Viewers are shocked because in 2014, people like you and others all worked for the victory of the BJP, which was led by Narendra Modi. And the tripod that brought victory to the BJP was the Hindutva, the anti-corruption crusade, which was led by you, and Modi's good governance, which was being showcased when he was CM of Gujarat. Now, after having come to power, our viewers are wondering why not a single corruption case has been filed against this corrupt Congress dynasty crooks. When I say this, everybody knows whom we are referring to, Rahul and Sonia and Robert Vadra, all those who have been dabbling in politics. And in fact, if you look at Modi's speech throughout the campaign, he was referring to these people's corruption. And he says, when I come back to power, I will ensure that all the black money which is stashed abroad comes back. Now, not only if this is for the viewers and all the unbucks and gun bucks, they get very rattled if we question anything of Modi. And I'm saying this with reference to the black money and Sonia Rahul's corruption cases. Not a single case against Sonia and Rahul. And second, not a single rupee of the black money has come from abroad. In fact, I was told that the first decision, cabinet decision of that fateful day of 26th of May 2014 was to set up a SIT. And for few months and years, I'm told that they were not even given an office in Ashoka Hotel or wherever it was put up. So not a single rupee of the black money is come. And Amit Shah in lighter vein says all that was a jumla regarding the 15 lakh coming into any account. This 15 lakh and all that was promised by Modi. But forget the 15 lakhs, whether it is a figure of speech, but not a single attempt has been done to get this black money back. So viewers are wondering what type of an arrangement this is. We are coming back to the same point because people say, yes, we want to keep the Congress out. We want to keep these guys out. But the question is, our inaction is leading to a situation where these Congress guys are trying to keep up their campaign, because we narrowly formed a government in 2024. We were first time in 3 elections, we were reduced to a below majority mark. So why are we tolerating? Why is the BJP or the Sangh Parivar not taking corrective steps to remedy the situation or make a change of leader? Because another canard which has been spread is when you or anybody says that there should be a change of the prime minister, many people give it a different twist, thinking that Rahul will come back to power. But you have been saying that a person from BJP, there are more BJP leaders or capable BJP leaders who can replace Mr. Modi. So people are all wondering, no black money come back, no action against these people, not a single case filed by the government. And everybody is threatened that no, if Modi is removed, Rahul is coming to power. So all this type of drama goes on. So I want you to again comment on this type of a situation.
I'll give you the latest example. Trump has said that he had given 21 million to Modi. Has anybody from the Congress party at any official level asked Mr. Modi explain this, or have taken a jalous to his residential area, where they'll be, to the extent they'll be allowed to go there, and raise it? Not a word has been said by either Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi. And just some junior guys have made some remark in a press conference. But that's not the. Why is it that they, on this issue, they are not doing it? So instead, what they do is, anyone who brings all this out, they get that cheapy organization called BJP IT cell, and there's kuda kabada in that. They go they let off a series of abuses, which of course nobody cares for. But the fact is, it is all on public money. They get an office in our party office. So all this shows that all that Mr. Modi is interested in is that he should be there permanently in office, and anyone within the party who can give an alternative view should be crushed. And from the opposition, you should be goody-goody with them, and in case they come to power, they don't do harmful things to you. I don't know what the logic is, but I am asking this question. Please give me an example. Give me an example where you have taken any stand on the corruption of the latest Gandhis in the Congress party.
अरविंद, आपका अगला सवाल.
हाँ, मेरा सवाल मैं इसमें एक जो हमारा शीर्षक है आज का, करप्शन ऑफ द कांग्रेस, corrupt dynasty of the Congress. I want to add, instead of corruption, we should also add anti-national, because Dr. Swamy ने अभी टर्की का बात किया. So many visits Rahul Gandhi has made to the Turkey. He has his connections with George Soros. Whenever he visited US, he has been exposed about having the meetings with the anti-national people, Pakistani people, and we all know that Congress has signed an agreement with Chinese Communist Party, which is also against India. So it is not only corrupt dynasty, I would say anti-national dynasty. So it is good in a way that BJP is in power. We want BJP to continue to be in power, but not be soft on the enemy number one of the nation. It's not only the national enemy, but corruption is well known. So therefore, we must have a policy of the ruling party to crush wherever possible the corrupt people and anti-national people.
Yeah, I would say that, if there's any doubt, ask the government to come and fully support me in the Delhi High Court on Rahul Gandhi being a citizen of Britain. Why are they taking time? Why are they delaying? And privately, and they also put up some fake candidates also. Why are they doing this? To save Mr. Rahul Gandhi? I mean, the whole court knows this. All the lawyers sitting in the court, they tell me what is going on. And so I would say that I know that the RSS is regarded very, very well by everyone, because they've either they have been pracharaks, or they have been in the shakas, or they have been interacting with them in crisis times. Like I, during the emergency, was very close with them, and later on with other members of the other satsang chalaks, I had done a lot of things together. So I have great regard for them. But I am saying that this whole idea of Hindutva spreading in our country will go to dogs if we don't put an end to this kind of betrayal of our ideology and fighting of those who are against India's nationalism.
Dr. Swamy, what will be, as these cases are going on, the Congress party is a more than 100 and I would say 50 years old party, and these some of these dynasty leaders will be there for some time or the other. But what do you think is the future of these fading dynasty leaders and the Congress party in the future?
No, the Congress party can never come up as long as this half Italian crowd is in the leadership. The Indian people, they will not publicly say anything, but in the end, quietly, like they defeated Mrs. Gandhi in the emergency. Nobody ever thought that Mrs. Gandhi would lose in the emergency. But suddenly, people who were all quiet and were talking about buses running on time and officers coming into office on time, suddenly they found that the elections gave them freedom, and they defeated Mrs. Gandhi herself. Nobody would ever thought that Indira Gandhi would be defeated in an election, and she was defeated. So I think I have faith in the public, and I would like to see the public now start demanding that if you're going to fight corruption, start with the Congress party, and start in particular with the Nehru family's leftovers, and bring them to book. And they have enough. After all, the National Herald is a case where they are on bail, and that bail has been so delayed. The whole matter has been so delayed that they can always go to court, and I'll support them in court to say that now they've been so long on bail. Let them now be put in for some time in jail, in the Tihar jail, and I'm sure the courts will agree to it.
Yeah, Dr. Swamy, I am taking this question of a viewer and just answering the question also. For the viewers, a voter list is prepared based on which a voter is registered as a voter, and based on it, he could fight elections or vote in the elections. But when somebody brings it to the notice of the government or the agencies that somebody else is even claiming a citizenship of another country, then the Home Ministry has to conduct an inquiry after giving sufficient notice to the individual and giving him an opportunity to give his say in the matter. And what is happening in Rahul Gandhi's case is, after Dr. Swamy presented all the documents of the equivalent of the Register of Companies in Great Britain, where he filed his Backups company return, and he claimed that he was a British citizen and had a British passport, then the government reluctantly, under Rajnath Singh as Home Minister, issued him a notice in April 2019. But in May 2019, the Home Minister then was changed, and Amit Shah since then is the Home Minister, and Rahul Gandhi is enjoying perhaps his protection and not replying to the notice. So the facts of the matter is, if a person is a foreign citizen and it is brought to the notice of the Home Ministry, it is the government agencies which have to act. And the present government agencies are controlled by Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister, and the Home Minister. And that is why, in spite of so many representation, ultimately Dr. Swamy has moved the High Court of Delhi. And just this week, earlier in this week, the High Court, after seeing all the papers and the arguments and the government advocate's appearance, he asked the government to take instruction and find out what they have done on Dr. Swamy's representation and what has happened to the notice issued to Rahul Gandhi. This is for the benefit of our viewers who sometimes do not understand, and they think it's automatic that one loses its citizenship. Yes, but it has to be conclusively, government action is required. And when the government itself is going slow or protecting, then Dr. Swamy as a private individual has to go to court. In fact, many people wonder, a government is in power and they can, by an executive authority, do many of the investigation. National Herald, the government can become the prosecutor. In any other cases also, it's not left to the private individual. Private individual brings it to the notice of the public and perhaps the court if the party is in opposition. But when a party comes to power, it is their duty, because they claim that they are out to remove corruption and fight against black money. The government itself can become the prosecutor and take over many of these cases which Dr. Swamy is fighting against the corrupt Congress dynasty crooks.
Good, absolutely well summarized.
Arvind Chaturvedi, we have already gone past 45 minutes.
Yeah. I think only this week this case came up about the citizenship of Rahul Gandhi, and as we all know, some leader from Karnataka has filed a parallel case in Allahabad High Court, which is only to basically derail Dr. Swamy's case. And Dr. Swamy has been writing to the Home Ministry since 2016. 2019, Rajnath Singh also issued a notice to Rahul Gandhi, and he has not replied. So government is sitting silent. That shows very clearly the intention of the government is not to punish the culprit, not to take action against the corrupt, but only protect the corrupt. And as Dr. Swamy rightly said, people have started believing that Modi government and the Home Ministry under Modi government is protecting or trying to protect Rahul Gandhi in this case, and therefore they're not taking action. Well, I'm also surprised that after losing maybe about 3-4 dozen elections under the leadership of Gandhi family, the Congress people are also not revolting. In fact, 2014 onwards, except Himachal Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka, they have not won anywhere, any election of any type. And Delhi, they have lost 6 elections with 0 seats, 3 Lok Sabha elections and 3 assembly elections. But well, that is the path Congress is enjoying. So let them do it. But we appeal to the BJP government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be serious against this corrupt dynasty and take action. Thank you, Dr. Swamy, for highlighting this again. Maybe 3-4 times in past also we have raised this issue, but still the government is not waking up. The idea is to shake the conscience of the government so that government takes an action in the interest of the nation. Thank you very much. Thanks Jagdish Shetty for anchoring the program. Ramesh Swamy could not join today. Thanks the technical team led by Ashish Shetty, Swaminathan, Tejas Navalgul, Gadgi Rakesh, Ishwar Iyer, Ajesh Nair, and Gurdat Shetty. Like this, we will be meeting once again next Saturday, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time with a new topic and Dr. Subramanian Swamy. Today, we have already touched about 50 minutes. Thank you very much, viewers, for supporting us. We will be meeting next Sunday. Till then, Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram.